arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Now, by a show of hands, how many people have been on the safari before? Awesome. And how many people have not been on the safari before? It's my first time too, so we'll go together. Now we are going to start with Little Torrey Forest, and in here there's a lot of greenery. And animals use our camouflage to blend in, so we'll keep a close eye out and see what we can find. And we're going to start heading in. Right-hand side with the cool zebra pants is the okapi. Now, even though they do look like a zebra, they are closely related to the giraffe, and they are very shy, are inclusive animals as well. They do have that prehensile tongue, helps with your higher leaves in the trees, kind of like us using our fingers. Also on our right-hand side is the saddle-billed stork. They get the name of the saddle shape they have in their beak. Their wingspan could be about 9 feet in length. It's about the size of a canopy riverbed. On our left-hand side, we have two different types of antelope. The copper color one is the bongo. They are nicknamed the ghost of the forest. They have those backward-facing horns that helps them move quietly through the forest. And the tan color antelope is the greater kudu. They are one of the tallest antelopes on the reserve. They have those stripes there inside their body, help them blend in between the trees, kind of like sun beaming through the trees. And there's another stork also coming up on our right-hand side as well. And coming up on our left-hand side is the black rhino. These rhinos could weigh about 3,000 pounds, and they have a more triangular-shaped lip that helps with your higher leaves in the trees. There's some pretty sensitive skin as well. They'll go ahead and roll around in whatever dirt they can find to protect the skin from the sun, kind of like us wearing some sunscreen. There's some more greater kudu coming up on our right-hand side as well in these bushes. Start heading out of the river and forest, heading into the Sapi River. Now, as we head into the river, my friends, keep an eye out in the water for any ripples, bubbles, or dark shadows. That usually means there's an animal hiding around over there. Coming up on our right-hand side are the pink-backed pelicans. They get in the pink on the feathers during mating season, kind of like us blushing. And they do have that color pouch that helps them swallow their food whole. And their nests are also going to hive into the trees as well. left-hand side is the Nile hippo. These hippos can weigh as much as a car. Just make sure we're all staying seated, my friends. Make sure we're all staying seated, please. My friends, go ahead and take those seats. They are nocturnal animals, so spend most of their days submerged in the water. And if these hippos is called a float. So the left-hand side is the Nile crocodiles. Now these crocodiles can be about 16 feet in length. So if you stand them up in the tip of their tail, they could be as tall as a giraffe. And we can tell the difference between the crocodiles because crocodiles have more of a toothy grin. They are pretty great mothers as well. They'll go ahead and put their eggs in their mouths and kind of will around for a healthier hatching. Alright, we are going to start heading out of the river and start heading into the savannah. If you have a wide open area of grass where animals can run around. Over on our right-hand side is the baobab tree. It's also nicknamed the upside-down tree because it looks like it was grown upside down. It is going to be leafless about 9 months out of the year, and it has water stored inside, so animals can bark off and nutrients and water from that. This is a great overview of the savannah. Kind of get a sneak peek of animals might be seeing up ahead. A lot of the animals are hiding from the heat, but we'll keep a close eye out and see any around the corners. Coming up on our left-hand side of this rock over here are some painted dogs. They have a painted splotchy pattern in their fur. Now, even though it does not look like it now, they are very great daytime hunters. And those pretty big ears, it helps them hear a lot better. And they only have 4 toes on each paw. Now coming up on our left and right hand side are the wildebeest. They can migrate in herds about 1.5 million. And they have scent glands around their hooves that helps them find each other in a crowd. Also the runs are these termite mounds. Smaller animal mounds have basic height using a viewing point for any predators trying to get them. And any animal horns will use these as scratching posts. This is the Maasai giraffe. We can tell the Maasai giraffes in the spaced out edgy spots they have. And they can be about 18 to 20 feet tall. Now they do give birth standing up, so the first things those babies experience is gravity. And when the babies are born, they can be about 6 feet tall. Speaking of babies, I see the one coming up on our right-hand side. Also on our right-hand side, are the Hartman's Mountain zebras. We can tell those are Hartman's Mountain zebras from the plain white belly they have. Each zebra has a unique stripe pattern. No two are the same. And the babies will end on the mother and study her stripe pattern so they can find her in a crowd. And the group of zebras is called a dazzle. Just make sure not trying to call the animals, my friends. When you see on top of the giraffe's head, they do have those ossicones. It's part of the skull structure. The male copy also have these as well. And also some to the copy. They do have that prehensile tongue, so go ahead and reach for those higher leaves in the trees. Also on our right-hand side is the Ankoli cattle. They have a honeycomb structure inside their horns to help it cool down the body temperature. And people in Africa use as pets as a sign of wealth. Now it looks like we have some elephant territory, so some trees knocked down on the left-hand side. Elephants kind of like bulldozers, knock down anything in their path. So we'll keep a close eye out and see if there's any out today, which I do see one coming up already. On our right-hand side, an elephant. Now male elephants will travel alone, while the females will stick together. And they have blood vessels at the back of their ears to go ahead and flap their ears to cool themselves down. And coincidentally, their ears are shaped like Africa. Also, our left-hand side is the mandrill. They're known for their colorful face and bottom. And they're kind of like chipmunks going to store the food they find in their cheeks. The males weigh about 100 pounds, while the females weigh about 25 pounds. But it's more over 100 pounds. Now back to those African elephants. They do have some pretty sensitive skins to go ahead to their trunks, like dirt they can find, and then throw it onto their backs to protect the skins in the sun. Unfortunately, elephants are endangered due to poachers with ivory in their tusks. But there are some ways for helping them here in the reserve. We have the Elephant and Bees Project. They did some research here to find out how elephants are afraid of bees. So they put beehives on their farmers' crops to keep the elephants away. And it's also benefiting the farmers to get the honey from the beehives. I can't blame them though for being afraid of bees. Coming up all around us is some red clay. Elephants usually eat this for the nutrients they can find. Kind of like us taking some multivitamins. It's very healthy for them. You can see its husk marks here on the right hand side of the clay. So let's see if there's any more elephants up ahead. I do see some elephants all the way up into the distance. I do see a baby elephant over there, so we'll get a better view around the corner. We'll try to see if we can catch her before she runs off. These elephants have been pregnant about 22 months, so it's a really long time. Also coming up on our right-hand side is more baobab trees, and they are also nicknamed the Tree of Life. It does have a little into the water hole, so let's see what other animals are hanging around as well. Coming up on our left-hand side are the greater flamingos, but really quick, I'm gonna stop right here so you guys can look through up and to the left and see the baby elephant over there. She's about 4 months old as well. But back to the greater flamingos. Does anybody know where they get the pink coloring from? Yeah, shrimp. There's a bit of keratin inside the shrimp. They'll go ahead and use their beaks like strainers, gather any water and food, drain out all the water, and eat all the food. And a group of these flamingos is called a flamboyance. So we're going to go ahead and say bye as flamboyance and flamingos and start heading into the eastern side of the savannah. Now over our left-hand side are the white rhinos, the cousins of the black rhinos. And these rhinos can weigh about 6,000 pounds, and they have a more flat-shaped lip, helps them graze the ground for any food they can find. You can see a mud pile in the middle of there as well. They love to roll around in the mud. It's kind of a mud bath for them, especially when it's hot out. And a group of these rhinos is called a crash. Now it's going to be a little bit hard to see. I'm going to stop right here. Go to your left-hand side, but this tree is a cheetah laying down. A little bit slower so my friends in the back can see. These cheetahs are really great daytime hunters. They can run about 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds. And they use the tails to help them balance when they are running. And they have black spots under their eyes. They produce their eyes from the sun, kind of like us wearing some sunglasses. And unlike other big cats, when they have a roar, they more meow, chirp, or purr. Now it does look like some copy rocks. Usually predators are hanging around these rocks. So let's see if there's any out today. Water buck. They have a circle around their bottom, a little heart-shaped nose, and they get an ample amount of water they consume as well. And also on our right-hand side is the ostrich. They are flightless birds. They can run to about 40 miles an hour, and they use their wings to help them balance when they are running. And they can weigh about 300 pounds. But unfortunately, not seeing any predators out today, my friends. I do recommend somebody later on tonight. They're usually more active at night. Now coming up on our left-hand side are some burrows, and usually warthogs are hanging around these burrows. We'll go ahead and back into those burrows with their tusks sticking out to protect the predators trying to come in. And I know in the Lion King, the warthog's called Pumbaa, but I will call you warthog Pumbaa to its face, because in Swahili it means foolish. This might be a little offensive for them. Over here are some ostrich eggs. They can weigh about 3 pounds, about 24 chicken eggs, and they can hold about 300 pounds. The female ostrich going on top of these very healthy or hatching. My friend, before we start heading back, we are going to stop by the warden's post. He's here to take care of some animals over here, so we'll see what animals are out today. These are my favorite animals coming up on our left-hand side. These are Nigerian dwarf goats. Now, even though they do look small, they are fully grown. And these goats can produce milk and cheese that the warden can use to provide for their family or to sell. This also protects other wildlife as well. For many people look for those resources the goats can provide. It does look like the warden's doing his laundry, so we'll go ahead and leave him to it, but don't worry, the goats do help him. Alright, my friends, we are going to start heading back up to that dock. It's going to be a little bit farther away than the rest of them, so you're stuck with me for a little bit longer. But I do appreciate you guys coming out today and seeing all the animals. So a nicer half of the animals is by recycling. So the soda can rings, you can cut them up before throwing them out. Sometimes animals take them as food, so they don't get hurt. Another way is stop by your local zoo. You can see all the animals and pick your favorite one. Do some research on animal. Any information we know, we can help them out tremendously. If you are ready to see any more animals, my friends, I do recommend stopping by Gorilla Falls. That's going to be Oz exit up the hill on your right-hand side. And over there, we're going to have some gorillas, meerkats, and naked mole rats. And over in Asia is the Maharaja Trek. They're going to have some tigers and bats over there as well. That's where the tiger foxo is going to be. It's pretty cute. It's about 7 months old.